Transitional environment. So what is transitional environment? It is a transition between continental and marine environment. It includes delta, lagoon, estuary, and tidal flats. And transitional environments are so called as coastal environment. Delta. Delta is defined as a body of sediments deposited when a river flows into standing water. So there are three types of morphological units of delta. First is delta platforms. The delta platforms is the sub-horizontal surface nearest the jet mouth. It is basically composed of sand. Secondly is delta slope. The delta platforms grades away from the source into delta slope on which finer sands and silts come to rest. It has coarse sands upward and have good porosity and permeability. Last one is pro-delta. The pro-delta is that part of the delta unaffected by wave or tidal processes. Classically, these three elements termed as 1 bottom set, 2 forest, 3 top set, respectively. Here we can look at the forms of some modern delta with the types of delta. So next is tidal flats. Tidal flats are formed when mud is deposited by tides or river. Tidal flats are the border of lagoon and estuary. Tidal flats are areas of low relief cut by meandering. It is laminated or ribbed clays, silt, and fine sand may be deposited by a tidal flats. Barriers. Barriers are short lines deposited exposed to deposit energy and dominated by wave and sand. Beach areas are composed of sand or gravel material and are largely built up by wave motion. Barrier range in size from less than 100 meters wide to several kilometers, and their length range from a few hundred meters to many tens of kilometers. Estuary. An estuary is the marine influence portion of drowned valley. A drowned valley is the seaward portion of a river valley when there is a relative rise in sea level. They are regions of mixing. Sediment supplied to the estuary is from both river and marine sources. So now let's go to the lagoon. Lagoon is a coastal body of water that has a very limited connection to the open ocean. Seawater reaches a lagoon directly through a channel or via seepage through a barrier. Fresh water is supplied by rainfall or by surface runoff from the adjacent coastal plain. They are typically very shallow, reaching only a few meters in depth. Lagoons generally develop along coasts where there is a wave form. So there are two types of lagoon. One is coastal lagoon. A coastal lagoon is shallow coastal body of water separated from the ocean by a barrier. Secondly is atoll lagoon, an oceanic. So now we can see there are three types of lagoon. First is restrictive, second is choked, third is leaky. So what is the difference between estuary and lagoons? The main difference between lagoons and estuaries is the flow dynamics of the water bodies. In estuaries, the water flows fast and strong, while lagoons, the water is more shallow and flows sluggishly. Estuaries are usually deeper than lagoons.